So here's the thing. Right now, you are not being placed under arrest. You are not under arrest.
I know.
You are not being detained.
I know.
I'm conducting an investigation. Because of that, you are free to leave at any time that you want. Because based upon what he's saying, and based upon what you did or didn't say to him, and based upon the checks and the names on it, if he wants to file charges, he can.
I understand that.
So you don't, I'm not telling, by law, I'm literally doing this by the book, I'm telling you, you are not, I'm not interrogating you. I'm not, you're not being held against your will. This is just a I'm having a conversation with you, okay? Because I've dealt with you in the past. We have a good rapport.
You're one of my favorite cops.
No, and from speaking to him, it sounds like you guys have a good rapport. Okay, but you're not handcuffs, are you?
No.
It's not like he called and said, hey, come lock her up.
That's what he's trying, but
Well,
yeah, I got your
but
point.
that's what everything, the only time that an arrest has to be made is if it's something domestic related.
Right.
When
Been
it's-
there, done
when it's
that.
something like this, it's officer discretion, but I want to make sure that we have the air clear and that we are able to, that I can talk to everybody and kind of get everybody in the right frame of mind.
Right.
Okay, so by
So
law.
we don't have more like that.
Correct. Well, he's not going to be in the room when he comes back in. Okay. Why don't you take a deep breath and relax? Like I
Okay.
said, you're not. This is not an interrogation. I'm just trying to I'm conducting an investigation.
Yeah, I've been
So
there before.
what the law states is that because I'm conducting an investigation, I do have the right to ask you questions.
Right.
But I'm not going to ask you anything that's going to make you incriminate yourself. I'm just going to let you know the reason that I'm not. People tend to get confused and they think, well,
You only get Mirandized when you get arrested.
well, no, that's not even true. So we arrest people all the time. We don't Mirandize them when we arrest them. If like a detective is going to talk to you and put you like in an interrogation room, then yes, you have to be Mirandized because they're going to interrogate. There's a difference between being interrogated and me conducting an investigation.
Right.
Because it sounds like right now we're all pretty much on the same page of music.
Basically.
Just from what I've heard you say over there. So do you have a problem with me talking to you and just asking you some questions about the
Go
situation?
ahead.
Like I said, you are free to stop talking to me at any time. Okay, you are free to get up and walk out of this room at any point in time.
I
All
understand.
right. So why don't you kind of give me your version just so I can try to piece it all together? And just be completely honest, because here's the thing. The more honest you are, the more I have to work with.
Right.
Okay?
We were in here.
Okay?
I know he was kind of flipping through the checkbook earlier,
Okay?
and a little bit of time passed. He sat back down. He said there were some checks missing.
Okay?
I said, well, I knew I was given a blank check to take the main line,
Okay?
and I knew that my gel pen wasn't transferring through the copy paper.
Okay.
So I said maybe it was that.
But I'm counting like 8 or 9 checks.
See, I didn't know that at that point.
But these checks
So-
are for different amounts.
Yeah,
They're for different amounts.
I'm aware of what happened later, but
Okay.
just where I came into the
I got you.
situation.
Okay, I got you.
So I had told him, well, look, I can even show you what I mean about the pen. Like, I'm trying to help him figure it out. I logged him into his bank account.
Okay,
I took him there. Like, if I did this, that'd be stupid.
right.
I left them, they looked, and he calls me a little while later and he says, look at this, and the check had my name on it. And I'm like, I don't get it. Because it's not, I've been stolen from, that's why I'm here. I
Right.
told you some of my past. Like, that's a big thing for me.
Okay.
And they kept finding more. I told him, look, I can't fight it. What am I supposed to do? It's my name. I have to wait for the bank to come through to prove that.
Okay.
But in the meantime, you want money? I'll get you the money. I
Okay.
went on TikTok, put together a crowdfund, and was like, look, I'll get this payback somehow. We'll get it sorted out, but I need to keep this shop. This
Okay.
is all I have.
Okay.
So I spent the day doing that.
Okay.
He told me out there a little while ago that if I paid him the money, he wouldn't press charges and
Okay.
just finish the investigation. It was whatever. And I sat down. The people, it's what I'm on now is TikTok streaming,
You're fine.
and
What exactly is that streaming? I'm just asking.
it's a live stream.
Okay.
And right now, I mean, you can literally see yourself. It's me and you.
Okay.
That's all you can see in the office.
Okay, no, that's fine. I was curious. I've never heard of it before. TikTok. so I
TikTok
just
is
did
like
it.
YouTube but smaller fractions.
Okay, gotcha.
People said, come on camera and say she owes you. We'll pay you. We'll send it right to your Cash App right now.
Okay.
He wouldn't do it.
I got you.
He said no. He was standing here. I had people again ready to pay. At this point, it's not even about being innocent or guilty. It's
Right.
about, I'll do what I need to do to be able to keep this.
You're
It's what I
trying
have.
to right the wrong. I got you.
So, he wouldn't do it. I'm trying to fix it. I don't know how it happened.
Okay, so let me ask you this, and again, I'm just trying to investigate to figure out how we got from point A to point B to point C.
Right.
So, do you have access?
I do not.
Okay.
He has the only key.
Okay, so you said that you were given a blank check.
Yes.
Who were you given the blank check by?
Ruben Maxwell himself gave it to me.
Okay. Now was that was that the check that was from the checkbook? Was that from that checkbook that he's
It's from
talking
the
about?
same checkbook, but it's earlier in it. It's not the same check numbers.
And when did he give that blank check to you?
That
Just
was
let me try
given
to
to
think,
me
right?
towards the end of last week, I think.
Okay.
I don't remember exactly, but I had to go up to Mainline and pick up some parts, and the check was written. I had permission to fill it out and put the amount on there.
And how do you remember how much that was for?
It's 142 or 144,
Okay.
somewhere right in there.
Okay.
And I took it up there. It was no problem. Filled it out, gave it to him. It was done. I do know the keys went missing a couple weeks ago, and I had to go to Brooklyn to get them.
Okay. The keys to that?
Yes.
Okay.
And I do know I'm closing it behind him all the time.
Okay.
But I even said at this point, like, there's no point fighting, whatever.
No, I got
You know, I'll pay it back.
Let me ask you this. What was the name that's on the check?
The name that's on the check is my given birth name
Okay.
and my married last name.
So some of the checks were written like back last year.
Yeah.
So I guess the only thing I'm just trying to make sure I understand right is so when I talk him I can. So when did he give you the blank check to write to go get the parts? Do you remember the date for that?
You know what? I can tell you.
Okay. It just helps. I just want to try to figure out the date so I can
Right.
get the date straight. That's all.
Is it this one? No. I know it's one of these.
But was it like more than 2 weeks, less than 2 weeks?
It was literally like, it would have been, no, because that's 2037, so that's from today. It would have been like literally in the last week, because I had walked up
So let me
there.
ask you this: the checks that have the dates that show the dates of December of last year, what happened with those? How do we?
I don't know. I didn't even know anything about him until he was talking to you.
Okay.
So, I don't know.
So you
like-
don't know how your name ended up on the checks.
I
That's what I'm
have
asking.
some suspicions that when I
Like-
voice them, I'm being told I'm paranoid.
Okay, well, just tell me what they are because you have the right to talk to me about this. If you think that somebody else could be doing it, you have the right to accuse somebody. You're not breaking
I
the law.
can't put a name to it,
Okay.
but I can say that I am being stalked. I kind of hope that got you the day I had to make the call,
Okay.
and it just,
But I guess my question would be is, how would that person get access to that to get the checks?
same as I can answer you for how I would have. I have no idea. You would
Okay.
have to have the key. You would
Okay.
have to, or be in here when it was
Okay.
open.
So you told him that if you were offering to pay the money back,
Yes.
if he would accept that.
Yes. Even though I know I didn't do it,
Okay.
I will put myself into the debt.
Okay.
Just make it go away.
Okay.
Let me have a place. Let me be.
Okay. So this is probably what would happen as far as like if he wanted to pursue the charges. This is probably what happened. I would call the state's attorney's office.
Mhm.
I would have to contact the state's attorney. Tell them that I spoke to him, that I spoke to you. What? Oh. Sorry, I'm just trying to hear what's going on so I make sure that I'm.
Because if something more pressing happens, I know.
Okay. So I would contact the state's attorney's office
Mhm.
and I would tell them what I have, tell them what he said, tell them what you said, and then tell them the amount of which it's for, and then they would say, this is how you handle it, this is how you handle it.
Mhm.
I have to talk to them first, but first I need to talk with him again as well, just to try to. Our goal every day is to try to de-escalate every situation, to
Mhm.
try to do the least intrusive way possible, because we need to make sure that everybody can work their problems out. Obviously, a reasonable person would consider $8,000 a lot of money. And like I
Oh,
said,
yeah.
I'm not making that's why I said, that's why I asked him. I just said, at some point in time he realized that somebody did it, and then
Right.
what happened, he told me, that
Right.
he approached you and talked
I
to you about it.
appreciate how you
No,
handle it.
that's fine. So let me talk to him, and just kind of run him through the process, and just give me like 10 minutes. I'm gonna take my phone with me. I'm just gonna talk to him.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll reiterate, I'm ready.
no, I know. So that's why I don't want you to think like this is any type of a trap. I
Yeah,
need to I want to make sure this is handled properly because in the end, everything is going to come back on me.
I know.
If something happens, well, why did you do this? Why do that? But 34, you can hold that for me for a few minutes. I'm still investigating this false pretense. Just give me a little bit, please. I'm sorry. Um,
I just definitely don't want to go to jail again.
no, I know.
One
That's
time.
and it doesn't nothing. Not everything requires an arrest to be made. It can be something as simple as he can go down and file charges if he wants to. And that would go to court, and then he would have to go to court and prove his case. You would have to go to court and prove your case, and it would go from there.
Right.
So that's the local. I want to try to make sure that with an establishment like this, if you're going to continue to work here, you're going to continue to let you work here, there has to be some type of a trust.
Right.
And
Which is part of why I went ahead and.
Right, and when I leave, I don't want to have to worry about somebody calling back and saying, well, this has changed, because the beauty of having body cameras is that I can get everything recorded.
Right.
So, and people are allowed to change their mind, but from a law enforcement perspective, if someone tells us this is how I want to handle it, then that's going to be on them.
Right.
As far as, does that make sense of how they want
Right,
to
right. Because I know I go through a lot.
No, I got this. So let me just talk to him real quick. I'll be right back. Give me like 10, 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Let me just talk to him, okay?
Hey guys. It's because they know. Because he's setting it up to get me arrested tonight. That's all I got. Like, at this point, I don't know what the hell else to do. Right now, I'm not. The state's attorney will decide. He said for now I'm not. No, I'm 21 days clean today. Actually, the cop was really nice about it. He knows me. I couldn't have asked for a better cop to get. Yep, and he told him. I know. He did. And then he knows I live here. He had me on body camera in Baltimore. We have body camera. It's from the area. We always work together. I know it. He said he is. I don't know. Yeah, that was a Baltimore City police officer. He is the same officer who took the report the day that I was jumped out front of the business. No, but we had a troubled customer with him once. Then I got jumped outside of the business. He took both of those reports. He took a third report of another crazy customer who was trying to take us for money. And he said then that I caused trouble. Every call is me. I caused trouble. And then today, Baltimore City Police Department uniform is a dark blue that's almost black. Or black. I kind of don't think he has. Because I don't have anywhere else to go. I don't have anywhere to stay. This is home. Exactly, and that's where we're going. I just don't know. For the moment, yes. I know. It might be, well, what? Chris? Backing me as much as he can. I know. I wish there was somebody literally right here. No, not yet. No, Chris is not. No. That's what I'm trying to do. He said it's hurting him too. Not yet. But the other thing with shelters in Maryland, you have to be in before a certain time to be able to stay, and then you have to leave at 5 a.m. They just throw you out. That is one of the big things. Yeah. Whoever did it had the key to the safe. It's not safe for me to yet. Because the stalker. I am scared to change. Plus, I have a couple $100 in gifts that are coming. It's too late to change the address. They've already been sent. I have my cats. I can't take them to a room. Or if you want a bus. A lot. Yep. And each one is a date around when she was here. This is a fucking mess. I did. I think it's the stalker. That's what I want to know. I did. He already knows about her. He's taking calls from her. Yes, I did. He said, who did I think do it? And I said, I have a couple suspicions. She's not here. That's just it. I don't want to. No, I didn't have to. He knows her. He's taking the reports before. That's what I'm saying. No. But I don't think she took the checks. That's the problem. No. She's an ex. When I first filed the police report to get a restraining order on her, he was the first cop that responded. He's the one who gave me her name and information. I think she cashed them. But I'm not positive she took the checks. Jesus, this is why I quit talking about it. This right here. Exactly. No, I said I can't give a name. Do you guys not realize he was right there? I'm not even getting into it. I don't know what about it doesn't add up. Really, I don't. This is the same cop who took the initial report to get the information. This is the same cop who has known me through most of my issues here. Yes, 21 days sober today. Exactly. I don't have proof but my gut. Thank you. I'm trying. I'm trying to get a place. I'm trying to make things work. I'm sitting here trying to do the readings and that evening. Because I don't have anywhere else. Any money donated is being given back, no matter what I have to do. Oh, this is killing me. I know I don't have to. I know I don't. Thank you. Congratulations. I know. I don't know. As far as I know, yes. Come in.
Still here?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm
So
recording.
here's the deal. I am going to explain what we're going to do from here.
Okay.
But here's what I would like you to do. I can't force you to do it, but because of what him and I talked about, I would prefer if I'm not being recorded. You're there at this point in time. Nobody's going to jail.
Okay.
Okay. I would prefer not to be recorded, and here's why. My body camera's going to pick everything up.
I
but
can flip it
unfortunately-
over, but I can't drop out of the live. I mean,
Okay.
I lose everything.
So I talked with him.
Mm-hmm.
He really likes you, by the way.
I know.
He
I wish he'd treat me like it, but
loves you to death. He explained to me that you are literally a fantastic employee. He said you're great with computers,
mm-hmm.
and he doesn't want to fire you.
Okay.
He wants you to continue to work here.
Okay.
But as I was explaining to him, what I'm about to do and what I'm about to say is perfectly legal. I'm recording it. This can be played back at any point in time.
Right, I understand that.
It's like when you try to sell a house.
Yeah, I know.
So I'm the seller. I'm the seller. You're my mortgage. You're my broker.
Okay.
The house is 1.5 million.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody calls and says, "Hey, listen, I'll give you 1.2," and then you'll say, "Well, let me go back to the buyer." You know how that game is played.
Yep.
You want to try to get the best value you can, but you also want to make sure that
You're not screwing yourself
right,
in
and
the
that
end.
the house is sold.
And it's not going to be sold for more than it's worth.
Correct. Or less than it's worth. You
Right.
don't want to get gypped.
Well, I mean, sometimes they'll go on less, but
No, I know. What I'm saying is just for all intents purposes for this investigation,
right.
I'm trying to be a negotiator. This is where I said we have officer discretion. We don't
Right.
have to make an arrest. We can talk to someone. If they don't want to make an arrest, have somebody arrest or file charges. But nothing ever comes at a free price. Okay,
Right.
so this is what I talked to him outside. After talking to him for about 10 or 15 minutes, this is what we have come to agree upon.
Okay.
And you are not obligated to do any of this.
Okay.
I'm just trying to bring an offer back from him
Yeah, I gotcha.
so that I can get in my
You're a
car.
middleman right
Yep.
now.
I can turn my camera off, get in my car. So
Right.
the conditions that I'm going to give you,
Okay.
if they're acceptable to you, he's gonna come back in, you guys are gonna talk, I'm turning my camera off, I'm leaving. It's
Right.
gonna be as if this call never happened.
Okay.
No report's gonna be written
Okay.
on my part. It's documented by body camera, but
Right,
in the
right.
end, once somebody plays this back, goes, oh no, he
He agreed, and it's
agreed
over.
this is. So
Yep.
it's gonna be as if this never happened. This is all gonna go away, for lack of a better way to say it. So this is what
Okay.
he wants. He obviously wants the money paid back in full.
Okay.
It's reasonable. The money disappeared. No one is. I'm not. He wants to place blame, but because there's no cameras in here, because we can't rewind it back and see what actually happened.
And he knows my situation.
No, I know. Unfortunately, also because he knows your situation and he knows about some of the past stuff, he also is inclined to be more believable that it's possible that someone with, and as I'm not saying someone with that has a history, has been incarcerated before for whatever, might be inclined to be capable.
He's worried about my husband. My
No.
ex-husband.
He's talking about that someone is capable of actually doing this, like
Yeah.
actually stealing.
Plus
okay.
two. My ex-husband, I don't think I ever told you before, my ex-husband has broken into shops before. It's part of what I left him for,
No,
so I know that is
we're
part
not,
of it
I'm not
too.
even not worried about that. So this is what he wants, okay? He needs a peace of mind at the end of the night tonight. Now he is over 5,000 becomes a felony.
I was always told it was over 500.
That's for vehicles.
Oh, okay.
For theft of vehicle.
Okay.
So the bottom line is the only way that he's not going to file, and like I said, you're not obligated to do any of this. I'm just letting you know what he's saying. He wants to know that the money's going to be paid back in full in a reasonable amount of time.
Right.
Meaning not 8 months, not 5 years from now, not
Right.
I'm going to give you $50 a week. You guys will agree on some type of a time frame.
Right.
And I guess he would feel better because he knows that your name is on the check. He can clearly see that your name is on the check.
Mm-hmm.
He could clearly bring somebody in and go, yep, that's the same handwriting. The handwriting is the exact same. So if we put together that your name is on the check and the handwriting is identical, everything matches up, then in a court of law,
That's enough.
that's enough. Okay, in a court of law, that's enough to say, yeah. Now, what they could also do too is they could backtrack the checks, the check numbers, find out where exactly checks were cashed. A lot of places have cameras.
Right.
Some places do and some places don't. He would feel better. He needs to know at the end of the day that he can still trust you. Even though this happened, and he knows it happened, and you know it happened, he is literally prepared to just go, listen, just pay the money back, it is what it is. But he, I guess, would feel more comfortable if he knew that you were going to be honest with him about the checks.
I'm always honest with him.
Okay. So, I mean, I guess where do we go from here? Because the ball's in your court now. I told you.
Like I said to get here, I hate it. It's choking me to death. But what can I do?
No. What I'm saying is that he, if you did it, and you admit to it, it's done. It's done and over with. Because this is what I told him. In the end, this is what's going to happen. If he decides to file criminal charges, he goes downtown and files charges on his own. Because I know if I call the state's attorney, they're going to say you're not going to get arrested tonight. That's not going to happen.
Right.
I don't have enough to arrest you because an investigation has to be done. He can go down and he can attempt to file charges against you. So what happened is he would go down to the Calvert Street, he would file charges. You would probably get a criminal summons issued for you.
Right.
He would get a court date, you would get a court date. In the end, he would have an attorney, you would have an attorney. The attorney would do an investigation and they would say, look, we went here, and here. This is a video that we found. We can show that this is the person that did it. Or I could have a handwriting expert come in and look and go, same name, handwriting's identical on every check. So a judge can say beyond a reasonable doubt, this is the person that we know that did it. So rather than go through all of that, paying court costs, does that make sense?
Oh yeah, because court costs.
Court costs, he would just feel better if you did it, that you admit to it, and pay the money back, and then all is forgiven. And you make it easier for you. I don't have to be here when you talk to him about it. I don't have to be here when you admit it. No, I'm just saying, this is between, he said it, but what I need to know is are you willing to Except that in the end, we're gonna find out who did it.
Right.
So, are you willing to accept what he's saying? Can you read between the lines of what I'm saying here?
Yep.
Okay, so we acknowledge that you're going to pay the money back. You're going to talk with him and set up a time frame and a payment frame to get it all paid back. Acknowledge that you're going to pay the money back. You're going to talk with him and set up a time frame and a